So Manon's hiatus from Katseye was originally supposed to be for 2 months long, and she was going to return with Pinky Up. Hypex, Stefan, and the Katseye girls went to film Pinky Up behind Manon's back. Manon realizes this once they drop the teasers, and she removes Katseye from her Instagram bio. Mind you, it's still been radio silent from Hypex, Stefan, and even the Katseye girls. Honestly, no one knows what's going on right now. And a lot of brands are getting a little bit worried about Katseye's future. All I keep wondering about is there a contract that Hypex, Stefan is waiting on to expire to let Manon out of the group? Or will they remove the manager that has treated Manon so badly from the group? Or will Manon be going solo in the next few months? In my opinion, I feel like we cracked the code on when Manon might be going solo or when she might be returning to the group. And honestly, it's sooner than I originally thought. Hi, my name is Duanne King. Welcome back to my channel. Get your coffee, get your tea. We just finished the treatment of Manon's series last week. It was a 4-part series. So if you haven't seen that, it basically goes through all the times Manon has been mistreated in Katseye. I just want to say thank you for watching that series. It means a lot to me. But this video is separate from the series, so don't feel like you have to watch to understand anything. All I do ask is that you press the like button and subscribe so you can join the kingdom. And we just relaunched our Discord, so if you want to join and talk about whatever, you can. And I saw a few of you follow me on Instagram, and I was like, I love y'all. Now listen, before I get into everything and show you the timeline of what I'm thinking, I feel like you should take it with a grain of salt. I was not in the room signing these contracts, girl. I was not in the room seeing them fight. I wasn't in the room for any of that. So with that being said, let's get into it. I don't know if you guys know this, but before Manon went on hiatus, they signed a contract with Matrix, which is basically like a hair company. But this contract was signed right before Manon went on hiatus, and this was a year-long contract. But honestly, I didn't think anything of it until I went on Matrix YouTube page, and I saw that they were posting Manon videos to promote the products. And when I clicked on the video, I saw them heart this comment. The comment says, "I'm so glad Matrix is at least posting her," and Matrix hearted it. Now listen, you could be like, that's a social media intern, like this doesn't mean anything. And you're right. Honestly, I think it was an intern or a media manager that just liked this. But this is what really got me thinking, because I was like, if they're liking this, Matrix is at least aware that, hey, Manon's hiatus is a little bit weird. Because we know Katseye's not posting her, Hypex Stefan's not posting her, and Manon can barely post right now because of contract things. So it just leads me to believe that social media manager had to just like that comment to support things. But I just found it weird because that was the only liked comment on that video. And that wasn't even the top like comment in the video. There were so many other comments they could have liked, but that was the one that was liked. So then I was like, okay, let's look up the structure of this deal. How long is this deal? What do they have to do? Is it for all 6 of them individually, or is it like a bundle deal? What's the process? And what do you know? After like 10 or 20 minutes of reading stuff online, I was able to figure out that all 6 of the Katseye girls are signed to a 1-year contract with Matrix. And I'm specifically saying all 6 of the Katseye girls versus just Katseye, because it looks like the contract was signed with all 6 of them individually as a group deal. So they all 6 have individual obligations with Matrix. And just so you think I'm not making this part up, my source for this was the global manager of Matrix at L'Oreal. I know a lot of you like K-pop, so think of like Adore and Hybe. Or think of Hybe owning Hypex Stefan, or Hybe owning B-Lift, or Hybe owning, you know, whatever company. It's the same thing. Matrix is its own company, but they're owned by L'Oreal. But after reading that and getting like concrete proof that it's a 1-year contract, I was like, okay, Manon does have ties to this group. Which kind of makes sense, because I feel like if they were not tied to a 1-year contract with Matrix, the lopsided bun would have done something shady and removed Manon fully already. But with this 1-year contract, that means that Manon is kind of tied to this group until February 2027. Which is a long time. Like, yes, it's only 6 months, but like, girl, like I'm ready for Manon to be free. Now I'm certain with this contract, there's different health clauses and they have ways to get out of it, or maybe Hybe can pay a penalty to get Manon out of it. And I'm speculating here, but honestly, best case scenario in this situation would be Hybe paying to break the contract. But I don't necessarily see that happening, especially with the lopsided bun being Katseye's manager right now. I don't think that'll be the best case for the situation. Like, it'll be best case for Manon, but I don't think it'll be best case for lopsided manager and Hybe. Depending on how the contract was written though, if there's a certain health clause in there and she's on health hiatus, I do think Manon could get out of the contract after 6 months. Or if Matrix is open to it and they know the situation, they'd be open to renegotiating the contract, or at least let Manon promote Matrix on her solo career. And I was talking to someone recently about this, and they were like, oh, Hybe has enough money here, like they could just buy out the contract. And just for comparison, I don't think people realize how big of a brand L'Oreal is, at least Katseye fans and the K-pop fans. In 2025, L'Oreal's revenue was $50.5 billion. For comparison and reference, Hybe's revenue last year was $1.86 billion, okay? And as we know, money can buy so much power, but besides the money part, L'Oreal owns so many different companies underneath their brand, and I don't think Hybe wants to sacrifice this for one person. Because realistically, L'Oreal could sponsor their other groups and work with them on other projects, and if they default on this one contract, this could really ruin a relationship. So like, honestly, I really don't see Manon being left out of this contract early, which is why I'm saying Manon could be in Katseye until February of next year. But then at that point, if we make it to February of next year, Manon and the Katseye girls might be fine. Manon and the lopsided bun might have fixed their issues. Or the lopsided one could just get fired and Manon can come back in the group. But I think at best case, we will know something by February of next year. But then also there was another date that came into my mind. For a lot of different entertainment contracts, especially if there's a health and wellness clause inside of it, Manon could potentially fulfill half of the contract and then get out of it and pay a penalty. Or I guess Hybe would pay the penalty. I don't know, someone would have to pay it. But since Manon has been on hiatus, Matrix has just been using this stuff pre-hiatus. But let's be real, all the Katseye girls really haven't filmed anything new with Matrix, and we don't know if they are going to. I would think for a year-long contract, there would be multiple activations. And so far, we've only seen one activation of these set of pictures pictures all taken on the same day, all the shorts taken on the same day. So it's making me think that this deal might be structured into 2 different parts. Phase 1 and then phase 2. Phase 1, 6 months, phase 2 is 6 months. And if they sign this in February, the 6 months might be up in August. So who knows, maybe they already refilmed the second part of this deal without Manon, which means that she would be out of this contract around August. And listen, I might have just confused it with all these dates, so let me summarize really quick. They signed the deal in February and the deal was for a year long. In my opinion, there could be 2 different parts of this deal, and I broke it into phase 1 and phase 2. So far, we've only seen content from February. I feel like after 6 months, they're gonna try to give us some new content, and that content would start coming out around August. But if Manon is still on hiatus in August, then I think Hiatus is gonna renegotiate the Matrix contract to get her out of it, or they're gonna work together to find a way out of this situation. And the reason why I feel so hopeful about this 6-month thing is because Katseye has a lot of stuff coming up in August. Like, it doesn't make sense for the deal to be signed in February, and then 6 months after the deal is signed, they have all this stuff planned for August. It really makes me hopeful for the future of Manon and potentially Katseye. Katseye has their new EP Wild coming out on the 14th, they have a movie coming out on the 15th, and then 2 weeks after they start tour. If Manon fulfilled 6 months of the Matrix contract and is able to break free in August, I honestly think they're gonna announce the announcement sometime in August or even early September. Because as we know, Manon's not on the album, she's not even in the film. Well, she's in the film, but practice clips and like short things. She doesn't even have any real big part in the film. They're basically just using her. And I feel like no one has really seen the film yet, so I can't say 100% sure. And y'all know I love the Katseye girls down. I love all 5 of them. But I feel like Hiatus and the Katseye girls should be able to come out and drop an announcement, say that, hey, Manon is gone, and go on their tour, drop their EP, and do their own thing instead of prancing around saying, we show up for each other and we all work hard and we all love showing up for each other in every single interview. But when you know you have a Black X member that was kicked out and they got bullied for years for not showing up, I would kind of be cautious saying, oh, we all just show up for each other. I'm not saying attack them or anything, I'm saying it looks shady. And Manon does show up, and I feel like when we're calling someone that's immunocompromised, lazy, arrogant, and blaming them for not showing up, I feel like we start to lose the plot. And let's keep it 100% real, please. Whether it's intentional or not, seeing Manon get attacked for years about not showing up and not pulling her weight, and then she goes on hiatus, and then all 5 Katseye girls start talking about how they show up for each other and how they want this. Like, whether it's intentional or not, that doesn't look weird. But honestly, what do I know? When I made the Mistreatment of Manon series, people were telling me that I'm parasocial, but I feel like if you see someone being treated poorly and you call that out, just caring for another human. It doesn't mean I'm parasocial and know everything about their lives. It just means I just saw Manon get treated poorly and different than someone else, so why not say something? And I don't care if she's sick 300 out of the 365 days in a year, she can't control it. Also, I saw a few comments on this, and I do agree that the weird obsession that the Katseye fans and maybe even the Katseye girls have with like showing up even when you're sick and working and basically beating yourself down really needs to be let go, because that is not healthy. Like, I get it, you have goals and you have things you want to achieve, but hey, keep them goals to yourself. It's not right or healthy or good to drive yourself down into the ground. I feel like I covered it in the 4 episodes of the Mistreatment of Manon, so I'll let it be right here. Now, before Manon went on hiatus, the Wild EP was actually complete already. There was a similar concept, but the album had a different cover, and the songs were recorded with Manon's voice on it. When Manon went on hiatus, the lopsided manager filmed Pinky Up behind her back, and she also made the girls re-record their parts on this EP. She also had the girls reshoot this EP and push the EP back. Originally, the Wild EP was supposed to come out earlier in the year, but when Manon went on hiatus, Lopsided Bun kind of shifted the whole agenda, which lets me know that Lopsided Bun wants Manon out of this group. Because if Manon was going to be on a 2-month hiatus, why would you go and reshoot a whole EP? Even on their existing songs, they just performed last week with 4 out of the 6 members, mind you. And Manon was completely removed from all the songs. Sophia was also missing from this performance because she was sick, but during Manon's parts, they had Sophia's backtrack playing on it, even though Sophia wasn't there. It just gives they're really trying to erase her from the group. But if Manon's hiatus is not announced in August or September, there's a lot of rumors saying that they might be at the VS show. Notoriously, for like the last 3 years since they've came back, that show has been on October 15th. Katseye's gonna do that. It'd be kind of hard for them to do it. This year, the show's gonna be held in LA, and on the 15th, Katseye will be in Atlanta. So listen, I don't know about those rumors. I don't know if they're true or not, but that also would mean that Victoria's Secret would have to move their show a little bit. Either Katseye's gonna have to cancel their tour show on the 15th, which I don't see happening, or Victoria's Secret show's gonna have to be moved to the 12th, the 14th, or the 16th, because those are the open days that Katseye has. But even besides all of that, the biggest question that Hypex Geffen is being asked right now by all these brands is, when is Manon coming back? Is Manon still a part of the group? And when brands reach out to Hypex Geffen, they're getting this PR answer from them. This part is all alleged. Hypex Geffen is telling these brands that Manon is gone for a health hiatus, which we all know is not true. Also, none of the brands believe that she's on a health hiatus because these brands are ran by real people who can get on the internet and just see what's going on. And so they know that Manon is not on a health hiatus. They think that something's going on with the Katseye girls, but Hypex Geffen, of course, is never going to say that. And allegedly, Victoria's Secret really wants Manon to be a part of this show because over the last few years, they've really embraced diversity, which is why I feel like there's a 5% chance Manon might not be leaving in August and she could end up returning and be at the Victoria's Secret show. But also a bigger part of me is like, that's just not gonna happen. Like, you mean to tell me in the middle of their tour, Manon is gonna come back, go to Victoria's Secret, and then go back on hiatus, or go to Victoria's Secret and then jump back on the tour? Like, it just wouldn't make sense, especially when they've been re-recording all this stuff without Manon. It would just be a waste of everyone's time and work if they knew that Manon was gonna come back. I genuinely believe that the main goal of the lopsided bun right now is to get Manon out of this group because she doesn't like her. So now that I've explained all my reasons to you on why I believe this, I think at worst case, Manon could be stuck in Katseye on hiatus until February of 2027, or best case, she could be out of it in August and her announcement would come late August, early September. Those are my two best case scenarios in this situation. There's two other things that I feel like will not happen. The first one being the Katseye girls, lopsided bun, and Manon work out their issues. That lopsided bun has some deep-rooted issues with black women and Manon that I don't think can be fixed in the span of a few months. The way that she talked about Manon and calling her arrogant, lazy, and selfish, and then also approved the season's greeting book where they called Manon lazy and selfish, just lets me know that she has this view about black women specifically that is not going to be addressed and changed through a 1-month talk or a 2-week talk or however long. I do think that people can change, but I think that the damage has been done here already, which is why it's bringing me to my last case scenario that will probably never happen. I want lopsided bun to get fired or move somewhere else in the company or go manage Saint Satine. Leave Katseye alone so that Manon can come back, work with those girls, and we can get the ball rolling. But I feel like that will never happen because lopsided bun does really like Daniela, Sophia, all the Katseye girls. They really have a close bond. I'm just gonna pray for Manon. Like, I love her. I want her to be free. I feel like this has been dragged out for entirely too long. Holding Manon in this contract for a full year is kind of crazy. But what do you think? When do you think Manon could be released from Katseye? Do you guys think that she's gonna return? What do you think her future is for Katseye? Or what do you think her future is just in general? I think she would do very well solo on her own thing. A lot of people say that she can't be solo, but I think that anyone can do anything they put their mind to. So if Manon wants to go solo, I think that she can do it. Also, Kat's is getting a lot of hate right now for their wild pictures. I'm gonna put them on the screen right now. What do you think of the concept pictures? I personally like them, but people are saying they're showing too much skin. But I'm always in the stance of let women do whatever they want with their bodies. So if Katseye picked out these clothes and approved of the outfits, I love it. Now, I do think that it's still missing Manon, and these outfits are not cohesive. Like, this is not cohesive. It literally looks like a mess, but the name is wild, so I guess that is the concept. I like it. Like, personally, I do like it. Only thing that I do not like are these wigs. Listen, I get the theme is wild, but the wigs do not have to be a helmet on top of their head. Hype, y'all have too much money to have these wigs looking like that. Please, let's get someone else on the wigs. But let me know what you think, girl. I didn't mean to go in on the wigs like that. I still love Katseye. I'm excited for the album to come out. If you made it to the end, can you give me your favorite snack? I'm looking for new snacks to get, and I feel like the real ones that watch all the way to the end can give me like something good to snack on. I know I asked what kind of caffeine you guys like, and I remember a lot of you saying you like matchas, teas, sugar-free Red Bulls, or also coffee like me. So I'm excited to hear what kind of snacks y'all like. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join the kingdom. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna drink my coffee. I will see you Thursday in a brand new video. Wait, I kind of forgot how good this was.